Hello students. In today's lecture, we will talk about very important topic of object-oriented programming, that is classes and object. So first question is, what is class? So class is a blueprint of object, but the exact definition of class is a user-defined data type. Class is a user-defined data type. Now the question is, what is the meaning of user-defined data type? So we already have predefined data type like integer, float, complex, boolean, and string. Now we want to make our own data type. We want student as a data type. We want employee as a data type. We want quadrilateral as a data type. We want employee as a data type. So it is possible with the help of class. With the help of class, you can design any of the data type. Okay. So in today's session, we make our own data type with name student. Okay. So today we design our own data type and its name is student. Okay, so first we design with the help of class. So here class is a keyword and the name of our data type is student, and that is the reason I already told you class is a user defined data type. So in this case student is a user defined data type. Okay, now if student is the data type, so we can create it instance also. So how we create it instance? So if you want to create an instance of a student class, so you write like this, like s1. So here s1 is an instance, and by writing student and then open bracket and closing bracket, this is a part of syntax, and with the help of this you can easily create the instance of student class. So in this scenario s1 is the instance of student class, or we say that s1 is the object of student class. Okay, so in this scenario student is a user defined data type and s1 is the instance of student class. Now if you want to make 100 instance of student, so that is possible. It means that if you want to make s100 is equal to student, so that is also possible. Okay, so in this case s1 and s100 is the instance of student class, and student is a user defined data type. Okay, now if we run the program, so our program runs successfully without any error. Now the question is, sir, student have many properties like student have name, roll number, age, and percentage. So you can easily pass their properties inside that bracket. So the name of student is Rahul. Its age is 18 and its percentage is 84.4. So in this scenario, Rahul 18 and 84.4 means that name, age, and percentage is the properties of student class. Okay. Similarly, like second student, that is S100, also have some properties like its name is Ravi and its age is 15 and it's have 54.4 percentage. Okay. Now, if you want to initialize this property, so you can easily initialize with the help of one predefined function, that is init. So in Python, we have one predefined function, that is init. So with the help of init, you can easily initialize these properties. Okay. So like we have three properties. Okay. So we write like this, like self dot name, self dot name, self dot age, and self dot percentage. So in this case, name, age, and percentage is the instance variable. So that is very important point. Name, age, and percentage is a instance variable. So technically, we call it instance variable. Okay, so that is instance variable. That is instance variable. Now, if you want to initialize these properties like Rahul 1884.4, so you can easily initialize by passing these parameter like this, like n. For name we use nm, for age we use ag, and for percentage we use pr. Okay. So these data like Rahul 18 and 84.4 is tagged by these variables. Like Rahul will be tagged by nm, 18 will be tagged by ag, and 84.4 is tagged by pr. Okay, now if you want to initialize it to the instance variable, so you can easily initialize by using assignment operator equal nm. If you want to initialize age, so you can easily initialize with the help of assignment operator self dot age equal to ag. And if you want to initialize that instance variable, that is percentage, so you can easily initialize by writing self dot percentage equal to pr. So in this case name, age and percentage is the instance variable. Okay, and now the question is, sir, here we pass only three parameters. Okay, here we pass three values, three properties, but in init you pass four properties like self, nm, age and pr. So what is actually self? So first of all, self is not a keyword. That is very important point. Self is not a keyword. In place of self, if you want to write kelf, that perfectly work. Okay, that is point number one. Now, then what is actually the working of self? So self is just like a this pointer. If you are from C++ or Java background, so in C++ or Java, we have a concept of this pointer. And this pointer will hold the address of current invoking object. And in C and C++ and Java, this is a keyword. But in this case, self is not a keyword, but its function is same as this, means that it stores the address of current invoking object. Okay, so if for prove this point, I want to write like this, like print id of self. Okay, so self will take the current invoking object. Okay, self will take the current invoking object, and if I want to check that address, so I with the help of id function we can easily see the address. Okay, so I write like this, like print id of self, and if you run the program, then these are the address of object. To prove my point, here I write like this, like print id of s1 and print id of s100, and see both are same. If we run the program, then we will get a same address like 8024 8024. Hence proved self will tag the current invoking object, or we say that self will hold the current invoking object. Okay, so I think now you get a better clarity about self. But if you think that self is a keyword, no, self is not a keyword. If in place of self, if you want to write kelf, so you will not get any error. So every place in place of self, we replace it with kelf has proved self is not a keyword. Okay, if I run the program, we will not get any error because self is not a keyword. But what is the function of that variable calf here? So calf will point to the current invoking object, or we say that self will calf will hold the address of current invoking object. Okay, so again important point, this init function is behave like a constructor. So if you are from C++ or Java, so in C++ or Java we have the concept of constructor, but that constructor concept is replaced with init function in Python. Okay, but its function is same as constructor. Okay, because in C++ and Java we use constructor for initialization of object. Same in Python we use init function for initialization purpose. If you want to initialize instance variable, for that you have to use init function. Okay, so I think you will get a better clarity about init and self keyword. Now we want to make instance method to display these student data. So for that you have to create your own instance method, that is display. Student display. So student display is my instance method, and I want to print these details like print name is so here I write like this, like self dot name. Okay, I actually forgot semicolon. Oh, sorry, comma. Then I write print. age is age is self dot age, my bad, that is actually name, name, and age is self dot age, and print percentages self dot percentage. So this student display is instance method. Okay, so I think you get a better clarity. Name, age, and percentage is an instance variable, and student display is a instance method. So that is very important point. So I think you get a better clarity what is instance variable and what is instance method. So in this scenario, name, age, and percentage is an instance variable, and student display is a instance method. Okay. Now we move to another topic, that is class level variables. Okay, because name, age, and percentage always vary as per the student. Because in a class, if you have 100 students, so 100 students not have same name, they have different names, different age, different percentage. Okay, so but if we talk about the college name, so or the school name, so college name is same for all the students. Okay, so there is no need to make it as an instance variable. Okay, so we make it as a class level variable like a school name. So if you want to make a class level variable, so you can easily write like this, like in this scenario, I want to make school name as a class level variable. So we can easily write like this, like a school or campus name equal to ADYPU. Okay, because that campus name is same for all the students. Okay, so and that is the reason we will not make it as instance variable, because it is a class level variable and we want that it is common to all. Okay, and very important point, that does not count in object memory. Okay, it is a class level variable and it is common to all. Okay, if any operation, if any changes perform on class level variable, then it reflect to all. Okay, so in this scenario, that campus name is a class label variable. So that campus name is a class label variable. So that is a class label variable and it is common to all. Second important point, it is common to all the instance, all the instance of student class. Okay, it is common to all the instance, it is common to all the instance of student class. Okay, so in this case, that campus name ADYPU is a class label variable. So I think you get a better clarity what is instance variable and what is class label variable. Okay, so in this case, campus name is a class label variable. Why we make it as a class label variable? Because it is common to all, because college name is common to all. Okay, common to all the students, that is the reason we make it as a class label variable. Okay, now if you want to use it, you can easily access by writing like this, like print campus name is, and you can easily write like this, like student dot campus name. Now the question is, sir, why you call that campus name with class name? Because it is a class value variable. So it's my suggestion, you can call it with class name. If you want to call with instance, then it also work. But my advice, because it is a class value variable, so you can call it with class name. Okay, not perfectly work. Now if you want to display the detail, so you can easily display by calling that student display function. So s1 dot student display. Okay, it will display the detail of s1 student. Now if you want to display the detail of s100 student, so you can easily display by calling student display instance method. Now if we run the program, it will display all the detail, it will display all the detail. Okay, see, so campus name is ADYPU and it is common to all. Okay. Now the question is, sir, if we perform any change in class level variables, it reflect all? Yes, it will reflect all. Okay, so maintaining class level variable, you can easily create a class level method also. Okay, so if you want to make a class level method, you can easily make by using a decorator at the rate class method, so that the Python virtual machine know, okay, this is a class level method, this is not an instance method, and that is the reason we use a decorator at the rate class method. Okay, so here I make one method that is a class level method, that is campus update. Campus update means that in future if you want to perform some change in ADYPU, okay, means that in future if you want to write Ajinkya DY Patil University, so you can easily change it, okay, by using class level method. Okay, so and that is the reason in this scenario we designed one class level method to perform operation on class level variables. Okay, again important point that CLS is not a keyword. Okay, in place of CLS if you want to use other parameters, so it work fine. Okay, and I remove that CLS. In place of CLS we use ARGS. ARGS, all are fine. Okay, will not get any error because ARGS is also not a keyword. Okay, so that is the name of the parameter. Okay, and if we want to perform any change, so you write like this, like ARGS, ARGS dot campus name equal to ADYPU University. Okay, so that is ADYPU University. Okay, now if you want to access that method, then you can easily access uh, by using instance or by using class name. Okay, if you want to access class method, so it's my advice, you can use class name. So we can call that method student dot campus name equal to, and here we write like this, not ADYP University, because we pass one more parameter here, like CN, and here we assign CN, not perfectly right, and here we change the name. Okay, so student dot campus update, sorry, it's not campus name, we can call the function method class level method, so that is campus update. So, and we want to pass value that is ADYPU University. ADYPU University, we want to update its name to ADYPU University. Now the question is, here we perform changes from ADYPU to ADYPU University. The question is, that change is performed to all the instances or not? So first pause the video and think. So actually, it is a class level method, and class level variable is common to all. And here, like campus name is a class level variable, so it is common to all. And with the help of class method, if you perform any operation on class level variable, so that change is for all the instance. Okay, so it will applicable to all the instance. Okay, so if we run the program, see. Now ADYPU is changed to ADYPU University, and that is actually the use of class level variable. Class level variable is common to all the instances, and with the help of class level method, if you perform any operation on class level variable, so it will reflect to all the instances of that class. Okay, so that is class level variable. There is one more thing, means that if you want to make a greet method. Okay, if you want to make one greet method, so it give a welcome message to all the student. Okay, so for that there is no need to make it as an instance method or as a class level method, because greet message or greet method have no connection with instance, or also it have no connection with class level variables. Okay, so in Python we have one more concept, that is static method. So you make it static method, and for that you have to write like this, like at the rate static method. You have to use that decorator at the rate static method, and here we design that method by writing like this, like tab, and the name of the message is greet. And see, in greet it will have no parameters like self, calf, or cls. Okay, because it have no relation with instance, it have no relation with class level variable. Okay, so it have normal message like print welcome to university, and that is the reason we make it static method. If you are from C++, so in C++ we have only the concept of static variables and instance variable, or static method and instance method. But in case of Python we have instance variable, instance method, class level variables, class method, and static methods. Okay, so here we design static method like welcome to university, and that method have no connection with instance level variable and class level variable. And that is the reason, if you see, there is no parameter inside create parameters. Okay, sorry, that bracket we are using no parameter like self, calf, or args. Okay, because it have no relation with instance variable and class level variable. Okay, so we simply want to print welcome to university. And if you want to use these greet function, so you can easily use it by writing like this: student dot, the name of the function is greet. Okay, okay, now we run the program. So I think yes, it will display message like welcome to university, welcome to university. So I think you get a better clarity about instance method, class level method, and static method. Static method have no connection with instance level variable and class level variable. If you want to perform any advertisement related task, greeting related task, so with the help of static method you can design your static methods. Okay, and anything you want to print, greeting, advertisement, so you can create method as static, because static method in Python, static method have no connection with instance variables and class level variables. Okay, so I think you get a better clarity what is init function, what is actually self, calf, or telf, because self is not a keyword. That is very important point to know. Self is not a keyword. Okay, so in place of self, if you use calf, telf, telf, so it perfectly work. Then you get, I think, a better clarity about the instance variable, class level variables, instance method, class level methods, and static methods. So in this case, that campus update is a it is a class label method. It is a class label method because it perform operation on class label variable. That's why we call it class label method. And that is static method. That is a static method. Great. It is a static method. It is a static method. So I think you get a better clarity about instance method, class method, and static method. Okay. So that's all for my today class. Thank you so much.